The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers. We are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of any sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rodgers team in the hope that it'll be entertaining and informative to our viewers and listening audience. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's 7 o'clock and time for On the Spot with David Rodgers. And now, here he is, Mr. Friday Night, the show pony himself, the man, the dream, the legendary David Rodgers.
Good Tuesday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers, the live Facebook podcast and YouTube tomorrow after we get done with the show, as Austin Stevens will put that on. Welcome in to another live podcast. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I am your creator and host, David Rodgers. To my right over here, he is the dancing destroyer himself, Super Dave Holland. Say hello to everybody, Dave.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. And guys and gals, the only person on the set that went to barber college.
It was tough.
It was tough. Missing right now, but he's on his way, is the Byron Bagwell. He will be joining us in the studio tonight. And Mr. Austin Stevens, our weather guru, cannot join us tonight as he has some things going on, but he did send me the weather, and I will be bringing that to you as well. Tonight, we do have a special guest, Dave. He surprised me. I actually talked to Cliff a little bit earlier today, and I sort of gave him a guilt trip for him to be here. Yeah. So he said, you know, Dave, I know you're going to blast me if I don't come in. So tonight, our special guest, if y'all don't know him, great guy, great person, great writer, great sports coverage guy. He is our Bradford Telegraph only. No, it's not only. There's some others that do it. But, hey, covers the Bradford Tornadoes and all other sports. He is Mr. Cliff Smelly. Cliff, say hello to everybody, brother.
Hello, everybody.
How you, man? You doing all right today?
I'm doing well. I was going to say, when I heard that intro of the legendary David Rodgers,
yeah,
I was going to say I thought I was in the wrong place at first, but after all those accolades you gave me, I won't say anything.
Okay. So it was coming, wasn't it? Actually, yeah.
But it got a little bit in there.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That was a good punchline there.
Yeah, it ain't over.
And no, it ain't over yet. No, I'm sure something's coming. But anyway, glad to have Cliff here with us. If y'all don't know what we do during football season, and I'll get into that here in a little bit, we got what we call the game day crew. It's myself, Cliff, Byron, Dave Holland. We've added Joey Fennell. We've added Mike Qualls when he goes. I think he's going to want to go to some away games. Roger Cruz, of course, you know, he's our ball boy for the Bradford Tornadoes. Do you think he kept his job, by the way? Do you think he's?
I have not heard that. I can't imagine him not doing it because I think Roger just does what he's going to do. So
you just think Roger's just going to go out there and do his thing?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm the ball boy, and that's it.
And it's hard to find somebody to do that. So,
well,
what better person?
Yeah,
Roger.
That's true.
And he loves his Tornadoes.
Yes, he does. Now, I will say that. He loves prime rib, too. But we'll talk about that in a minute, Dave. Don't bring that up just yet because we'll talk about that in a minute. And by the way, he likes to play Army, too. So we're going to bring that up as well.
Let's not.
Let's not? Well, you said there was some kind of we're going to talk about wrestling. You said there was a match added. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, you're the wrestling promoter. You tell me.
Okay, I'll tell you what's going on. Okay, well, anyway, hey, welcome in, guys, into the show. Again, we're waiting on Mr. Byron Bagwell, but he'll be here in a few minutes. We're going to get the show started, as we always do, with our prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic quote of the night. And Byron will give us that when he gets here. But let's go ahead and get the show started. Again, welcome in. Please bow your heads if you're at home. Our righteous Heavenly Father, let us once again thank you for a wonderful and beautiful and glorious day you've given us, dear Lord. Thank you for this time that we have with our brotherhood here, dear Lord. The On the Spot with David Rodgers crew and our guest, Mr. Cliff Smelly, as he's with us tonight. And whatever we talk about, dear Lord, that our viewers take it and do what it is with the information that we're given, dear Lord, and do as they see fit, needing to do with that. Thank you for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, the United States of America, the most freest and powerful country in the world today, dear Lord. I know we have our own issues and our own problems and the things that we have to get through to make this nation thrive again. And I think we're turning the corner, dear Lord, but with your guiding hand and your touching hand, we can make that happen. Our armed forces, dear Lord, that is beloved and in my heart and in Dave's heart and everybody that's on this show's heart, dear Lord, as our armed forces are those men and women that go out and fight the battle each and every day to protect us from domestic and international terrorism or anything else that wants to harm us, dear Lord. Keep a hedge of protection over those men and women as they're out there fighting the good fight and bring them home back safely to their families. Thank you for our first responders, each and every one of those men and women, dear Lord, that go out there each and every day in all of our communities, all around the state and all around the United States, dear Lord. They wake up and put their badges on, whether it's police, whether it's fire, whether it's ambulance, whether it's paramedics, whatever that may be, dear Lord, that you keep them safe, keep a hedge of protection over them as they're out there doing their jobs and bring them back home safely to their families as well. Thank you for the food that we receive each and every day, that it goes into the nourishment of our bodies and our bodies to thy service. Thank you again for just letting us be here, dear Lord, and any spoken or unspoken prayer requests, dear Lord, that you touch each and every one of those people that are requesting, dear Lord. You are the ultimate healer. You're the ultimate guide. You're the ultimate touch, dear Lord, and please touch each and every one of them as they see that they needs to be fit. Again, thank you for this time. Thank you for this glorious day. Thank you for the glorious week that we've got coming up. And we ask for these things in your son's name, Jesus Christ. And the congregation says, amen. All right, let us stand for our pledge. And you know what, Dave? Can we get Cliff to start the pledge for us?
I think that'd be a great idea.
Wouldn't it be a great idea? Yeah, Cliff, why don't we stand and you lead us in the pledge, brother?
All right.
All right.
Please join me in the pledge.
All right.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Boy, Dave, that's a beautiful flag that you got flying right there.
It is.
The red, man, I tell you, the red, white, and blue, you can't beat it anywhere. You know, I've been all over the world. Cliff, I know you've probably done some traveling too. Dave, I know you have. You was in the military. Byron has. Some people that are watching, Miss Shirley has. And, you know, you visit these different countries and these different places. Some of them are nice to visit, and some of them aren't nice to visit. And, man, but I can tell you, even the nicest countries in the world, we couldn't wait to get back here to the United States of America. I used to sit there, and when I got off that aircraft, man, I would just kiss the ground that we were back on. This place here, there's no other place like it, Dave. I'm sorry. I know we have our own issues. We have our own problems. We have things that we need to correct. But right here, this place right here, you can wake up each and every day and you have the opportunity, again, that word, the opportunity to go out here and make a living and a life for yourself. You can create a family here. You can do whatever it is that you need here. And if you even work at it even extra hard, you can really, really make yourself successful, can't you, Dave?
Yes.
Absolutely. Again, talking to the guy that was the only one that went to barber school here. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. Dave has thrived. He's got his own business here. It's called Harry Business. If you don't know where that's in beautiful Start, Florida. So if you live in Callahan, and you want to come here to get a haircut, it's worth the drive. Why, Dave? $10 haircut.
Yes, sir.
In Callahan, it's $22. Isn't that crazy? I just probably made that up. But look, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you probably want to come over here and get your haircut because you have some great stylists here, Dave.
I worked at a salon in Miami. It was $100 a haircut.
$100 a haircut.
Yeah.
Did they serve a prime rib with it?
No.
They did not.
No.
Did they serve a mimosa with it?
They didn't serve anything.
They didn't serve anything, Cliff.
Except
Isn't that
maybe
crazy?
a bottle of water.
A bottle of water if you're lucky.
Yeah. I can't recall them serving any alcohol.
Really?
David,
Okay.
you know what I heard about Dave?
What'd you hear about Dave?
Uh-oh.
I heard he passed barber college, but it was just by a hair.
Hey, bing, bing, bing. We're going to get some of this out of Cliff tonight, I assure you.
Yeah,
If you ever follow Cliff Smelly on his Facebook page, he comes up with some good ones now.
Yeah.
I even have to laugh myself, Cliff.
You're
What
not-
do you come up with that?
That just popped in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
My
I
goodness.
can't tell you. You have to get a psychiatrist to tell you that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I'll tell you another thing with Dave, too. Loves the color pink. I don't know what it is about that, but he loves the color pink. Did you know that?
I've heard a rumor or two.
You've heard a rumor or two about that? Yeah, loves the color pink. Don't know why. Dave, maybe you can tell us later. But anyway,
I'm gonna take the 5th on that.
you're going to plead the 5th?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Well, that makes you guilty as HE double hockey sticks, doesn't it?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll. Anyway, we're
We're getting off track. a
We're
little
getting
bit.
but not much. Not much.
No.
Byron has come in and he's fixing to join us.
And turned right around and walked out.
Yeah, because I think he heard the hair joke.
Yeah, you scared him.
You
He said,
scared
"I'm
him."
out of here.
Yeah, he said you scared
He
him.
said, I'm next.
Yeah, I think you scared him. Dwight Allen's on, Lisa's on. Glad to see you guys on. Shirley's probably on, just hadn't seen any of her comments yet. But again, welcome into the show. I'm David Rodgers. Mr. Dave Holland to my right over here, producing and directing the show. Mr. Cliff Smelly from the Bradford County Telegraph. You can catch all his articles each and every week in the Bradford County Telegraph. Does a wonderful, wonderful job on his stories and the way he covers things. Mainly sports, right, Cliff?
Sports and features. That's what I do.
Sports and
I
features.
try to
Mhm.
avoid the hard news, leave
Right.
it to other people.
Yep.
I don't like covering that stuff. I like the interviewing people,
Mhm.
write about positive things, hopefully most of the time.
Yep.
There you
And the
go.
sports, of course, that's always fun.
Can I ask you something? Are you going to write up, and I'm getting ready to talk about it here in a few minutes, about my wrestling show? You going to be doing a write up on that?
Yeah,
Possibly?
I'll have to put that on my calendar and see about going down there and getting some photos maybe. And
Yeah, and doing a little write up.
of course, it's supporting the Arc of Bradford. And if people aren't familiar with the Arc of Bradford, they do a great job.
Yes, they do. And, I heard Chuck with Dave Krieger yesterday afternoon, and he was talking about this show. Boy, I'm like, man, don't say my name too much. Say the Arcs. But they did. And, it used to stand for retarded citizens, they've changed that now, and they're using the word inclusion. And if you don't know what the word inclusion means, you really need to look that up, because when I give the definition, I really don't give it a lot of justice. But you ask John Williams, and he's been with you guys as part of the Kiwanis and speaking, and of course the Rotary Club and everything that he's involved in. But he really gives a good definition of inclusion, and he's going to do a great job as we open up the show on May 30th. That Champions for Inclusion Wrestling show.
Mhm.
There hasn't been one here in 2 years since Michael Heater did one, and Steve Wicks and that group over there did that show over there at the fairgrounds. So I think people are answering for wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
People has asked me, why me? Why did I pick that? Well, I sit on the fundraising committee. So between me, Chrissy, and Lori Thompson, and a couple of others, we come up with the ideas along with the others. But we try to implement the ideas that we come up with, because funding right now, as I said earlier, for the ARC is very tough. And we sat in there and listened to the state coordinator for the ARC yesterday at our board meeting, and she's saying, "Man, it is just tough to get Congress to give up any money. This one wants this one wants that. Where's that money going? Where's it getting appropriated to? This and that." And it's really gotten tough to get funds. And she did just say that they have gotten about $22 million that's going to be distributed. I don't know how. She didn't quite know how that was going to be distributed, whether it's going to go to transportation, whether it's going to go to general funds, to all these arts. But all these arts in the States has got to split that, Cliff. And, that's a good chunk of money, but it's not really the money that we need to operate this particular arc here. And this is just the Arc of Stark. How about the Arc of Jacksonville or Palaca or something, bigger than us, Tallahassee, those areas there? Do you know, I'll give you a little insight. I'll give you a guess. Do you know how much it costs to operate the, Terry said you're the man. Yes, he is, Terry. Do you know how much it takes to operate the funds yearly for the Ark of Bradford County Day? Take a guess. Have any idea, Cliff?
Thousands.
$3 million. And when you're only allotted so many funds from the state, you have to go out and do, i.e., fundraisers that we do. And we're trying to be as creative as we can when we do these fundraisers. And, we got a lot of different ideas, but it takes people and things to implement this. And, we did come up with this here because I have done this before. I don't know if Cliff was aware. I think he was aware back in 2004. I didn't really know Cliff that well, but I knew who he was. In 2015, we used to run wrestling here once a month here. Started at the Armory, and then it went to the fairgrounds. And Dave was a big part of it. Dave was our film guy. We've got thousands and thousands of hours, Dave, and we need to go through that film and see what we got in there, because I think there's some really good shots and some really good things that we need to pick out of there. But anyway, we did that, and I used to help run the shows, and I was part of it, as part owner, and it's a tough thing to do. And, then I got out of the business when Mr. Terry Vaughn left. By the way, Terry, miss you and love you. I know that you're over there in Knowles country. He's at home. He's in heaven over there. Him and his wife graduated of Florida State back in 1985, I believe, right? Or somewhere in there, I think. Somewhere 84, sure. 85.
I don't want to offend Terry.
I don't either. I don't. But Terry looks good for his age, by the way. So does his wife. Yeah, no doubt about it. But I want. Terry. Yeah, he's on there. Say hello to him. Yeah.
I see him. Hello, Terry.
Hello, Terry. But anyway, he's over there doing some good things over there with Florida State and doing some announcing on some certain sports and things like that. So, but when he retired from doing the football games, I took over. Yeah. And, it was me and Kevin for a while, and then Byron. Once Kevin's knees started bothering him, Byron joined me on the broadcast. And I want to thank Terry for what he did. Great announcer, great things that he did. Very intelligent, very smart, as he called those football games, and inspired me. And now, we've taken it over. This is going to be my 11th year, I think, doing this. Cliff, it don't even seem like that long. It seemed like me and you the other day was sitting at a restaurant, whether it's Tony's or whether it's somewhere, and we're talking about tornado football 6, 7, 8 years ago. It goes that quick, doesn't it?
It's crazy. The older you get, the faster the time seems to go, and you kind of wonder where it all went.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Pink Floyd song, Time.
Yes, absolutely.
When I was young, man, could not wait until my birthday or Christmas.
Right.
And now it's like, what? It's Christmas already?
Right.
Yeah. Well, just think. Me and you were just talking the other day. May started. Well, we're getting ready to do this show. Now I'm 10 days out from doing this. We're doing this wrestling show. 10 days. Where did the other 20 go? It's crazy how time just flies. And then, you're saying, well, it's the beginning of May. And then blink your eye, and it's the end of May. It's crazy how time flies.
Well, yeah, we're already through another school year. Yeah. I'll be at the Bradford High School graduation Friday night. Other than spring football, all my sports are now done.
Right.
So I'll just be getting ready to start all over again come August.
Poor guy. It sounds like you got nothing to do.
Yeah, summers are rough. That's
where the features come in.
Anybody who's got ideas on interesting people or people with interesting hobbies or backgrounds, let us know, because we love writing about interesting people, and we'll need stories.
Well,
we got a great idea.
We sure do, Dave.
We got this wrestling match
coming. Yeah, we do. We have this wrestling that you can do.
That'll keep you busy.
But I will say, even if you're not a wrestling fan, if you have the time to go just to support the art.
Yes.
You talked about the financial issues they have. This dates back to the executive director before John Williams.
Yeah.
They were struggling with money because they weren't getting enough from the state.
Yeah.
One time they operated a thrift store.
Yes.
And they eventually had to close that because all they were doing was just breaking even with that.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's finding creative ways to raise funds. It's really tough for those guys. And yeah, they're serving a great mission, and anything we can do to help them out would be wonderful.
Well, and I know, Cliff, that organization is near and dear to your heart, too, as well. And, you know, the late David Dodge, we all know Jennifer Weller Dodge. Her daddy was very passionate about it. Every time we have a meeting, Dave, or anything that comes up, he is very, very passionate about that organization. I want to say that he was there for 25, 30 years. Jennifer probably tell me maybe more than that, but I know he was one of the founding members that was on that board, and he stayed on that board for the longest time, and he's created what we're into now. I've been on the board now 3 years. This is my third year going on the board, and I've seen, you know, Ray Norman retire, and I've seen new people come on the board. And one thing, just like your Kiwanis Club, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, the diversity of people that are on this board. You got to think. You've got the Donna Souls, who's very heavy in the Republican Party. You've got John Williams, the CEO over there. You got Patricia Evans, the president of Kettle City Bank. You've got Carolyn Reddish, the president of DLP Bank. You know me, I work at New Millennium Purchasing. You know, you've got Steve Futch. You know, everybody knew about Jones Gallagher Funeral Home. And those things that he did there. You got Brad Witt, who's in charge of emergency management. Also, you have Dan Sykes, lawyer here in town. And there's somebody, Teresa Patterson. She's a teacher. We've got a diversity of people here with a lot of great ideas and a lot of great things. And look, this is not about David Rodgers. This is not about Rick Crusher Knopf. This is not about On the Spot with David Rodgers or Cliff Smelly or anybody that's going to be involved with things. This is really about the Ark of Bradford County. And I keep saying that because, you know, anytime you do something, you know, sometimes you can get carried away and it could be about you. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be grounded sometimes, Byron. You know, you have to even keel back and go, hey, you know, this is not about David. This is not about Byron. This is about the Ark of Bradford County and trying to help that organization out. And this is just, have you ever heard us say this? This is the rudder that's just steering the big old vessel. And the vessel is that wrestling show, the talent that's coming down here from all over the U.S. I've got guys coming from Pennsylvania. I've got guys coming from Carolina, South Carolina, down south in Florida, Mississippi. This card is well diversified. You're only going to know, Dave, just a few of the wrestlers that's going to be on this show. Everybody else is either new or just gotten it. You know what I'm saying? It's been in the business since I've been out of it. So you're going to see a very, very diversified card. Right now, we have 10 matches going on. Rick, I wish you would have sent me the lineup, but I didn't. I didn't get it, but we'll put it out next week. We've got 10 great matches. Where can you see that at? Well, I'm glad that you asked. Tell them where they can see that at, Cliff.
They can see that at the Bradford Middle School Gymnasium.
Uh-huh. What time? What? You go ahead and read it all there.
All right.
Just read it all. Do it in your Cliff voice.
I'm a writer, David.
You're a writer. Okay, well, yeah.
We're the two that are the mouth.
So, of course, like David's mentioned before, is the Champions for Inclusion wrestling event.
Yep.
It will benefit the Ark of Bradford County, and it's Saturday, May 30th at Bradford Middle School in the gym. Doors open at 5 o'clock, and that's what meet and greet starts at that time.
That's correct.
So you get to meet the participants if you so wish, but be there by 6 o'clock because that is when the first bell goes off.
Wow, that's bell time. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes,
That's bell time?
yes,
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
Age is 4 and up.
Age is 4 and up.
You can buy tickets ringside for $25. General admission is $15.
Yep.
And $10 for students. Is that correct?
$10 for students with a valid ID. And you know, Cliff, I don't care what student you are. You could be a student at University of North Florida. You could be a student at Santa Fe. You could be a student at Stark Elementary. You could be a student at Barber College. As long as you have an ID, you know, hey, you can get in the show.
Oh, I was
For
going to ask,
$10.
can you be a student of Hard Knocks?
Well, that's me.
Don't give anybody any ideas, Cliff. Somebody's going to try that now.
Don't have an ID for that.
So I'm glad that you asked that, Mr. Allen. Mr. Bagwell will be wrestling. He just don't know it yet. And I'm going to show you, Dave, if you can pull that picture up. This is going to be a triple threat match.
Oh, brother.
Yes, a triple threat match. If you can pull that you know which one I'm talking about, right?
I believe so.
Yep, it's that one right up there, Dave. Look at that one. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Over. Nope, right there. See the one with in the middle there with Roger? See that one with Mitchell? Nope, you got the wrong one.
Up one,
Dave. Nope, not that one.
Over.
To your right. Over.
To your right.
There you go.
Oh,
Look at here. Byron Bagwell will be wrestling in a triple threat match against Mitchell Gunner and Roger Cruz, and it's an Army combat match. The winner, the only way you can win this is you got to pin the other Army guy. Y'all are Army guys in this match, so I was going to put it in a cage, but I figured no, I better not do that because Roger would probably break the cage down. So this is just going to be right in the middle of the ring. And guess who the special referee is, Dave? It's none other than Cliff Smelly, referee.
wow.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
I mean,
Are you going to call it square, fair down the line?
if that doesn't entice people to pay extra,
That doesn't entice people. Lisa
don't know
said,
what-
"No, you're not wrestling." Lisa, he is wrestling, and he's gonna wrestle Mitchell and Roger in an Army. What did I say? Combat match.
Byron, you'd rather check yourself into a
I
hospital.
think
wouldn't
you'd
you?
rather check yourself into. What do you think about that? Tell me, Byron, what you think about that match. First of all, I think you can whip both of them.
I'd rather vote for Kamala Harris again.
God, almighty, are you kidding me? Good night. I cannot believe he said he would rather do that. My goodness. I figured you'd rather whip Roger and Mitchell. No, forget it.
No.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I'll bring my cattle prod with me and fix it for you. If you'd like me to, I can do that.
So
That might work. Just turn
I
that
doubt
cow,
that very seriously.
turn that cow prod on David before you.
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. For ticket
I
pre-sales.
told him I was bringing my kendo stick to the announcer's booth.
Yeah.
When they tried, I'm going to pop David in the head instead of popping them in the head.
It won't
Good
be the
night.
first time.
Hey, no, it sure wouldn't.
No, it won't.
No, I've been beat with everything else, but I'm sure that I don't
You're a
like that
regular
kendo stick.
instigator.
Yeah, regular instigator. Ringside seats are $25. General admission's $15, and like Cliff said, $10 for students with IDs, ages 4 and up. Anybody under 4 will get in on the house. Again, please bring your valid student ID if you're a student. For ticket pre-sales, you can call the ARC of Bradford County, John Williams, at 904-964-7699. What's that number again, Cliff?
904-964-7699.
What's that number again, Byron?
904
Uh-huh.
964
Yep.
7699.
Extension 238, or you can call me at 904-966-1633. That's my cell number. You can reach us also on the spot 32091 at gmail.com, or you can reach me via Messenger or Facebook, and we will get back with you on that. I know that, Byron, the last I was at an art meeting yesterday, and I know
See,
that
I thought it
tickets.
was 1-800 Army guy.
Oh, that's for your match. That's the vote and see for your match. I figured I'd get you on that one. But anyway, so I want to read the definition of inclusion. Here we go. The practice of ensuring that individuals from all backgrounds and abilities are actively welcomed, respected, valued, and empowered to participate fully. It goes beyond merely having diverse representation, creating an environment where everyone feels a true sense of belonging and has equitable access to opportunities. And that's what inclusion really stands for. So, back in the day, and I even did it too. I thought it was retarded citizens. You know, it was the Center for Retarded Citizens, and I think they wanted to get away from that word, Byron, a little bit. So I think the word inclusion got incorporated with the Ark of Bradford County, now the Ark of Bradford County. But, you know, look, at the end of the day, I think inclusion is a great definition. And like I said, John will be opening up the show with me on Saturday, May 30th. And I think he'll give a good definition in what's going on at the Ark of Bradford County.
And that word has gotten a lot of bad press because it was used for people who for mentally handicapped.
Right.
If you look at the root where that word come from, which if you've watched the show, you know I reason my way through things. It literally means slow. It's Italian for slow.
Yes,
it is where the word. It was where the root of the word comes from.
Right.
You know, so I understand. It's all good, and bringing that word back and talking about the way we used to talk about people who were mentally handicapped, which I don't even think we're supposed to use that anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
and I see where you're going with that.
It's all semantics, and we don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah,
and it's I get it. I do.
Yeah. So. And again, the Ark of Bradford County Live Professional Wrestling and Star Champions for Inclusion, a benefit for the Ark of Bradford County, Saturday, May 30th, 2026. Doors open for the meet and greet at 5 o'clock. Bell time's at 6. Where can you go to see that, Dave? Bradford County Middle School Gymnasium, 527 North Orange Street, Stark, Florida. Tickets, $25 ringside, $15 general admission, $10 with a valid student ID. Make sure you bring ID so we can see. But if you're a student, we know you're a student. But I don't know, Cliff may could pass for a student. Heck, I don't know nowadays.
Hey, if you go to this wrestling event, David may thank you by taking you out to dinner and buying you a prime rib.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, there we go. Speaking of prime ribs, you want to pull that up, Dave? For ticket pre-sales, call the Ark of Bradford County at 904-964-7699, extension 238. For ticket pre-sales, again, ringside seats are going fast. So Rodgers in an Army match, a triple threat, and then he's going to eat prime rib on me?
Well, it looks like you're enjoying it.
Yeah, after I'm finished with that cattle prod, he's not going to want to eat prime rib.
Thank you, sir. So you're going to save me some money?
Yeah, as long as you buy me the prime rib.
Absolutely fine. At least you won't order two of them. No, you won't eat 2 of them. Good grief.
I don't know that I could eat 1 of them now.
Yeah, I know it, but I'll tell you what, you let
everybody prime rib.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to talk about our sponsors really quick, and we're going to go and move some other things as well. We're still looking for sponsors. We are there at our target right now, as we said, but we can always use more money because whatever it goes above and beyond our sponsorships, Cliff, it just goes straight back to the fund, whatever we make that night. Somebody asked me what I thought we was going to get in the door. Well, if y'all been hearing the radio, if you've been seeing the paper, if you've been watching this show, if you've gone to any place that's got these out and seeing it, we're going to have a sign out. Brad Witt said he's going to put a sign out next week, right after graduation. A big one of the big sheriff's signs talking about it. Byron, I'm going to be honest with you. This is the first one I've done in a while. Took a lot of work. I think me and you talk about that. I've talked to your mother, talked to Shelly, talked to a lot of people. There was a lot of work that went into this. I want to thank Rick Crusher Knopf. He's been behind the scenes talking to these guys, getting the page, putting information on the page. Without him, there's no way I could have done it. He has the time, and he loves wrestling. So it was the perfect guy to put in that position. And he's been behind the scenes doing a lot of things. So I want to thank him. Go ahead.
Sorry,
no, go ahead.
Is Crusher his middle name?
So that was, sort of, I guess, Rick Crusher Knopf. He used to wrestle back in the day. He used to wrestle on TV at Georgia Championship Wrestling and worked some matches there. And then, he sort of went out of that and moved to Jacksonville, Florida. And he worked as a bouncer for a while, and he started working indie shows. But he loved the business. He worked in the front office for a couple of organizations. So he's passionate about the business, like me and Byron and Cliff and you are passionate about football. He's passionate about wrestling, and that's good. That's a good thing. Everybody's got to have a passion of some sort. And his passion is that's Rodgers' passion. But anyway,
Crusher's a good name.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Crusher Knopf. That was his working name. And, so he's been really helping behind the scenes. I want to thank the Ark of Bradford County, every one of those guys and gals. And we'll get over, I'm going to put a list together of everybody next week, next Tuesday when we do the show. And what happened? What did he say? Roger would be arrested for elder abuse after that. Oh boy!
He gets away with so much for being
it sounds like
a day He really does. He gets away with so much for being a day younger.
Hey, look!
Not even that.
He's got his money. He's got his money on Roger. He's right saying that Roger's going to whip both of you guys. Hey, Dave officially booked that match. We now got 11 matches. Yeah, make sure we book that match. I don't care if Byron brings his kendo stick. Mitchell can bring his army men. I don't really care. Roger can bring whatever he wants, prime rib or whatever, and y'all just go at it. Because I can tell you right now,
turn it into an old Ozzy Osbourne concert.
Well, we can turn it into whatever you want, as long as it draws money. Yeah. We can turn it to whatever we can call it whatever you want, brother. You just tell me what you want to call.
No, that's not call it. No.
Call it no.
I am calling it no.
Well, Roger,
because Roger would probably decide he is the great Kamala or Yoko Zuna.
Yeah.
No.
Byron says, David, do not call. I'm not answering.
I'm
going to be there.
He's going to be there.
He's going to be
there. We were just having fun with this thing.
I am far too old to be doing that mess right there.
I'm surprised. Last week, I don't know if you watched the show last week. Last week, I had some of my coworkers on here, and they may be on here just not saying anything yet. They were like, "Are you going to be doing anything? Are you going to be involved in anything?" Well, the answer is I don't know. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it at that because my first instinct is no. But if it puts tails in seats, you never know. Something may occur. You don't know, Dave. You just don't know what may happen. But
I've seen it happen before.
Your coworkers really like you?
Oh, yeah, man. Okay. They call me Mr. Saturday Night. They call me, hey, are you going to jump off the top rope? I think one guy last week said, ain't you going to come off with the elbow off the top rope or something? I'm like, well, I don't know about all that elbow off the top rope and stuff. But, if it takes me getting in there doing something, maybe letting Byron hit me with a kendo stick or something, hey, I'll do it if it's going to raise money for the Ark of Bradford County. I'll do whatever it takes.
I'd rather hit Roger with a kendo stick.
Yeah, well, we can do that too if that raises money as well.
As exciting as it's going to be,
right?
The energy that's going to be in the air.
Yes.
I don't think you guys are going to hold back.
Well, probably.
I know you guys.
I really don't know about that. I
know
what it feels like when
That'll
I'm
work.
in a yard, let alone let somebody beat on me for a while.
Cliff's going to put $10 in to swing that stage.
leading from that.
$10 get you a swing.
$10 gets you a swing at that. Yeah. Okay. All right. I believe. Golly. Well, we'll come up with something. But anyway,
no Texas strap matches.
No.
No.
If y'all want to see something that bad, at the end of the show, I'll give you that link, and y'all can go watch me and Big Kevin Howe just get our tail tore up that night, didn't we, son? You remember what my back looked like? It looked like hamburger steak, where that left welts, and I probably got scars back there. No, thank you. That was 13, 14 years ago, maybe a little longer than that. I was a younger man at that point, but me and Kevin took a beating in that ring. You can ask Kevin Howe about this. This is no joke, man. There's actually a video out there where that you can go watch. So, but anyway, Let's see, especially yeah, I got you. So that is the Champions for Inclusion. Again, 10 great matches. We'll go over that. But I'm still looking for sponsors. We're at our limit or what the place we needed to be. We can always take more. You'll see some of these here. I think, Dave, can you pull this up, Dave? Do you have this right here? The Champions for Inclusion Kingpin Pro Wrestling sponsorship package here. I don't know if you do or not. Yeah, I think he's got it right there in the middle, right there. So, yeah. So, look, we got a platinum sponsorship at $1,000. You can read below, and it'll tell you what that includes. We've got a gold sponsor at $500, a silver sponsor at $250. Somebody asked me why I broke it down in those three. That was just all I could really think of. You know what I mean? And you don't want to put too many packages out there because then it takes up the flyer, Byron. Sure. You know what I mean? So you want to have some kind of color and some kind of opening to the flyer. But we've gotten some great sponsorships. So, Champions for Inclusion, again, looking for still some sponsorships, platinum sponsor, gold sponsor, silver sponsor. Somebody asked me, hey, will you take any other amount than that? Absolutely, I will. Barney's even shaking his head. If you want to give $400, let's say, Cliff, I'll take $400 and I'll come up with a package. We'll come up with something in between there, and that's what you'll get. So, all goes to support the Ark of Bradford County in this charity event. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, you can contact John Williams at 904-964-7699, extension 238, or myself, 904-966-1633. Emails is david.rogers1532@gmail.com, on the spot 32091@gmail.com. Our messenger pages, you can get a hold of Dave, Byron. If you can't get a hold of me, those guys will make sure I get the information. You can catch this show on YouTube and on Facebook. Again, all goes to the Ark of Bradford County. I want to throw a little caveat in there. So I don't know. Bunkhouse. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Dwight, yes, it would. And
it's been so long since I've seen a bunkhouse.
Yeah. I'm not sure if exactly we have a match that's going to be similar to that, Dwight, and we'll put all that out next week as we go through the lineup and the card. We're going to have some promos that these guys have done. If you want to see a promo of what's going to happen on the show and some of the guys that we got, Byron, I think you've been on my Facebook page. You can see some of those promos that are going on. Some of the guys are really fantastic. You can see some of their clips from their matches. We do have one women's match. We're supposed to have two, Byron. One of the women got into a serious car accident, so she can't make it. So her opponent was going to ride with her. She won't be able to make it, but I do have a women's match. It'll be a title match, and then we'll have a Kingpin Pro Wrestling Championship heavyweight match, first of its kind, because this is the first one that we've done in a long time. But I want to thank the sponsors that we have right now. I want to thank DLP Bank. I want to thank Capital City Bank. I want to thank Kurt Miracle Automotive and Towing, Bayway Cleaning Services, Sheriff Gordon Smith. There was another sponsor that we got today, and I can't remember exactly who that was, but we got another sponsor again today. I want to thank Judith Young and the old place, the Lube place over here. She's put together a great package. AutoZone, Advanced Auto, they've thrown in some things. I want to thank the Bradford County Telegraph. They've done a big time job for us, putting it out there in the paper, and really big. WEAG 106.3, David Krieger. If you do listen to the radio morning show or the afternoon show, Byron, I guarantee you, over the last week, if that hadn't been played 60 times, it ain't been played once. He plays at every break. He's really into this. Oh, he's a sponsor too, a cash sponsor as well. And if I forgot you, I promise you I'll mention this week. I'm going to get everything together and do that. But I want to thank all those great sponsors. And I have a caveat. He said this on there. I didn't even ask. He said when we were talking live, and I'm going to go back on live with him again. If you sponsor above the 250 sponsorship level, he said, David, I'm going to entice people, and anybody that's sponsored already can do this too. He said he will give them 15 minutes of free airtime to come and talk about their business. Where do you get 15 free minutes to talk about your business? He said anybody over a 250 sponsorship that he will do that for, all you got to do is tell him that you're a sponsor of Champions for Inclusion for the Arc of Bradford County, Kingpin Pro Wrestling. Set up your time slot, and you can go in there and talk about your business. So where are you going to get 15 minutes worth of airtime to talk about your business? Y'all all know what radio ads cost. Byron, you probably know it better than anybody.
It's not cheap.
No, it's not. You go to Jacksonville, Florida, and try to buy a 30-second spot and see what you pay. And this guy, for giving, like Cliff said, to a great cause, it's going to give you 15 minutes of airtime. I didn't even ask. It floored me when he said it. I was like, are you sure, Dave? Yeah, I'm sure. This is what community is about. He's all about community. I need to take you in there so we can meet him and talk about football, which we're going to be talking about here in a few minutes. But you need to go in there and meet him. He's really a great guy. Him and his wife, they're all about the community. He was at the Kiwanis meeting today, showed up there. He was him and Chuck had an interview yesterday, which was awesome. So he's going to give you 15 minutes of free airtime. So look. If you've got $350, let's say, or $250 worth of items you've donated, you're going to get that because that's a 250 sponsor. It don't necessarily have to be cash, and it don't necessarily have to be this right here. It could be any amount. Again, nothing goes to us. This is not about David Rodgers. It's not about Dave Holland. It's not about Byron Bagwell. It's not about Cliff. It's not about Austin. It's not about Mitchell. It's about the Arc of Bradford County and what we can raise. So somebody asked me, what's a good show, Byron? For the first time out, Byron, and this is probably a low number, but if I could get 300 people out there to watch this show, it would be a success for us.
Sure.
We had, really it was a limited time to get this really rolling. We had a couple of little setbacks. So to get this rolling, but if we can get 300 people in there, which I think a lot of people know about this, if we can get 300 people in there, it would be awesome. If we could get 500 people in there, that would be a huge success. Sure. I would be like ecstatic. At our regular house shows, when we was at our peak, we was getting 200 people in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a wonderful thing. Again, please donate. It doesn't just necessarily have to be for this wrestling show. If you just want to donate to the Arc of Bradford County after we're done with all this, you can donate to the Arc of Bradford County. You can call John Williams. He's willing to accept anything and everything. So, look, it's a great cause. It's a great deal. And go out and check out this wrestling show. Do you want to add anything else to that?
Well, I was going to say, even if you just have any ideas for the Arc, David mentioned funding's hard to come by, and they're looking for creative ways to raise funds. If you have any ideas, tell them to David. He's on the board. If you know someone else on the board, tell them, and they'll either think it's a good idea, and if it's something to move forward on, maybe it will help them out. So, just any ideas, anything you can think of to help would be awesome.
It would. Byron, you want to add anything to that?
We pretty much covered everything we could cover with David, pretty much.
I told you that we was going to pound the heck out of this thing, and we're going to pound it as much as we can this week and on Tuesday of next week. Next week's going to be a very, very busy week as now the physical part of it comes into play, setting up the ring, setting up the chairs, setting up the barriers, setting everything, the music. We got to make sure. That's when this is real work, but that's when the real work comes in. And then when you walk in there and you see that finished product and you're ready for bell time, it's going to look really good. We got some signs that we're going to put up there. It's going to really look really, really good. I believe that Byron's going to be commentating, and myself, you're going to be doing some video work. Cliff's going to be there, hopefully snapping some shots and maybe talking to some of the people coming in there, get a feel of what they think. And this is going to be a really good show. If you want 2.5 hours worth of entertainment and it don't cost you a lot of money, come out and, again, watch this show. And we're going to have a lot of things that we're going to be doing. Concessions, I think, will be provided by Chrissy and some of the staff. We're going to have a 50-50 drawing. We're going to be doing giveaways at the intermission. We're going to have, I think, Mr. Joel Norman's going to play a couple of songs. do a little guitar, and the next time you're going to play, give you a little time to get yourself up. So, and so you can do it too. So, again, should be a great show. I know I pounded this thing, and I'm 35 minutes in this thing, but I really want to drive it home, Dave, because the Ark is a great place. If you've never been in there, they invite you to go in there. Don't they, Cliff?
Yes.
Go check out the wood shop. Go check out and see what those men and women are doing in that wood shop, they're doing, what they're creating. It is phenomenal. These young, I shouldn't say young, these men and women are working saws. They're working lathes. They're doing all kinds of things. And it's just phenomenal to see. And then you got other people doing other things. It's really a neat place to go and see. And I encourage you, if you're not doing something one morning, stop by the Ark of Bradford County. They would love to show you around. And it really is.
You made a point. The age group just isn't a young group.
No, man. No.
It goes all the way.
I think there's 60s in there, maybe even more, in some of these group homes. Some of these people, Byron and Cliff and Dave, we don't even get a chance to see. They're in group homes. So, maybe they're not as able to work or come do a particular job or whatever, that live in these group homes. We got 3 group homes here in Bradford County that, takes funds to run these things. Now, there's bills that's got to be paid. There's staff that's got to be paid. So, it helps with some of their SSI things and all that stuff, but it still sometimes ain't enough. We had to replace a $6,500 air conditioner, 75, whatever it was he said yesterday. I got in my notes here.
It's not
an air conditioner. No. And we do get a break on some of those kind of things, some of those repairs and things like that. But sometimes we don't. It just depends on who we use, If your air conditioner breaks, whatever it is. You end up paying, like Byron said. And Judith, you're absolutely right. The Art Fundraiser is some of my most favorite events in Stark. Cliff actually has got a little story. Cliff, you won Cow Patty Bingo one day over there, didn't you? That was a big $1,000, wasn't it?
Yes, I did win it. So
wow.
I forgot how many years I had been playing. Of course, I go out there most years and take photos of the event, and always hoping the cow will choose my square. But it actually did one year. I was almost slow to respond because I couldn't believe it. Like, wait a minute, what number was that?
And I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, Byron, I don't think he hit. No, I don't think anybody had the number that he hit. Okay. I think they was so the Ark keeps that money. So whatever was supposed to be the split, the Ark keeps that money if it doesn't land on the thing, which I think they should. We did the Kentucky Derby on May the 2nd. I think that's a great event. Being promoted next year really early, I think we'll get a lot more people in there. But it raised almost $2,000 just with the few people that we had, because we all bet on horses and none of our horses placed. So they got the Ark got to keep that money too, which I think somebody would have probably donated that back. Judith was actually there with her husband. Dwight, good night, brother. God bless you. I love you. And if you want to message me, I'll make sure that we get that contract signed for Byron and Mitchell and Roger in that Army combat match, triple threat.
So, Harry Business isn't just helping the community by a $10 haircut. We like to give back to the community.
Is that right?
Yeah, and like the Ark is a great way to do that.
Right.
So Harry Business wants to donate tonight.
Really?
And the question is who do you make the check out to?
Well, you can make the check out to me, because I have to have that money to pay the incentives and all that, and anything above and beyond that, we put it back into the general fund.
All right.
So it's easier for me
How
to
do you
cash.
Spell that? M-E?
That would be B-Y-R-O-N and David. Look at Byron's like, no. Yeah. No. So, or you can make that to Ark of Bradford County, and I'll get it from John. So, well, this was going to be a nice surprise, wasn't it, Dave?
It was.
Yeah.
Oh man. he was
Oh
so-
well,
he was
we'll have to do it later.
so eager to donate.
No, there you go. There you go.
All right, there you go. All right. Well, hey, there. Look at there, man. Hey, $100 from Harry Business, and you know you're going to be there, so you're going to see where this money gets donated to and where it goes. We got to pay for the workers, the ring, all that good stuff. So all that is expensive. You know, Byron, I've told you before. Back in the day, I could say, "Hey, will you work this charity show for me? I'll put you on the next show. You got an automatic spot in the next show." Don't work like that no more.
Nope.
Brother,
Nope.
it does not work like that anymore. These people want their pay and they want their full pay, you know, and it is what it is. I know gas prices are up. They come from distances. They want to come. They want to work, but they still want to get paid. And, you know, sometimes it is what it is, and you have to live with the new age, as we and you always say. And that's what it's all about. So, Christopher Campbell, yay, man, what's going on, man? I hope you're spreading the word about the wrestling. So, enough of the wrestling. All right, Cliff, I'm going to go to you before we go to Byron. Tell us what's going on. First of all, how long have you been with the Telegraph? I'm not even really sure. I think I know the number. Can I try to guess?
Sure.
Is it 32?
That is correct.
32 years?
Yes,
He's been with the Art, man. That's crazy.
it is crazy.
The Telegraph, not the Art.
Yeah.
32 years.
32 years, my goodness.
It doesn't seem like 32 years, does
No.
No, not really.
it? Not really.
It's some of those early years it kind of felt like it, but
Yeah, I got, I got you. I got you. So, you told everybody what you do over there. So what is some of just give me a couple of Dave's done this to you. Give me a couple of stories that's going on in Bradford County right now, and then we'll go to the sports side. But what's a couple of the things that's happening, with the exception of this wrestling show?
well,
Thanks,
let's
sir.
see. From my side of it, I've probably written more things outside of Bradford County, but
Okay.
I can say that the football team will be hosting a spring game
Okay.
Tuesday, May 26th at 7 p.m.
Who we playing?
It is a charter school in Jacksonville, and it's called KIPP, K-I-P-P, Bold City.
Yep.
They're the Greyhounds.
Okay.
KIPP stands for something. We looked it up before the show. and
Yep.
Now I forgot.
Me too. I did too. But it is a charter school. So
But I was at a practice a couple of weeks ago, I think, just to take a couple photos and get some comments from the coach, which will be in the paper this week. I
Right.
also went to a Union County high school practice yesterday and
Yeah.
took some photos out there and talked to their coach, who of course is Robbie Pruitt, who coached there before, and they won 3 state championships with him. And I was around when Robbie was there the first time, so that was kind of neat to see him back and talk to him some.
Good. Hey, there's a big story too. I do believe that Union County won the state baseball title. Is that true?
That is true.
Man, I'm sort of glad about that. You know, I know we're all rivals, but to be honest with you, look, we all want an area team to win something. Byron, me and you have talked this ad nauseum about how the South, anything south of Orlando, seems like they dominate state championships, and no matter what it is. So if we can have a local team around this area win something, I'm all for it. Now, when you play my team, that's a different story. But if you're outside this area and you're playing another team, I mean, look, I'm pulling for you, and I was pulling for Union County. That was an exciting game. You was down there, Cliff.
I was down there. It was a shame. It was all the state tournament games were played in Fort Myers,
Right.
but the rural class state championship game came down to Union County and Trenton. And I was like, man, it's too bad everyone's got to drive all the way down there to see these two teams in our area play each other. But it was an exciting game. For people who don't know, Union County was losing to Trenton by 3 runs, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, no one on. The Tigers scored 3 runs to tie it up. They got 4 consecutive hits to do that, went into extra innings, and they won it in the bottom of the 8th. They got a hit, a walk, and a batter was hit by a pitch to load the bases with no outs. Kendall Carter hit a fly ball to shallow right field for an out. The runner on third went. The outfielder threw it in to try to get a play at the plate, but the pitcher cut the throw off.
Oh,
it deflected off his glove. So you never know what would have happened if the ball had gotten there. But Union County won. It was just thrilling. Everyone was ecstatic, of course, and like their head coach Jawan James said after the game, he's like, anyone else who plays the rest of this week is going to have a hard time living up to this game. It was incredible.
Wow. Incredible. I'm glad. Union County Tigers, congratulations. And Byron's other half, she's a Union County Tiger graduate, right, Byron?
No, she graduated from
Bradford, but her
kids went to Union County.
Yeah, I think she pulls for both teams, doesn't she, Byron? She does. But congratulations, Lisa, on the Union County Tigers, and anybody else that's watching that's from Union County. Look, man, that is a great accomplishment. Like I said, if anybody can win a state championship around here, I'm pulling for them because I'm tired. I'm really tired of seeing the South schools. The bigger cities are down there, and the bigger schools. I'm tired of seeing them win these things, man.
Well,
but
it's schools down south, it's private schools. It's just really tough for rural teams. Yeah, at least Union County is in the rural class. Yeah. But it's just a shame that these public schools in smaller areas all around us, if they get into the postseason, they really face tough competition. Yeah. And it's not fair footing a lot of times.
Billy Rayberg, they call you and Brady the old age outlaws.
Whoa.
The old age outlaws. The road dog Billy Rayberg and badass Brady Rayberg. The old age outlaws. Yeah, that's what they call you. So there we go. But hey, I would take you wrestling for free if they bring some people in there. Absolutely, man. Hey, we'll throw you right in there. But anyway, speaking of the sport, so I want to ask you and Byron, what do you see? We had a lot of shift, a lot of changes. We've all talked about these. Somebody, them's going, this player going here, this player going there, coaches going here, coaches going there. We got us a coach, Ross Baker. Seems to he came from an offense that averaged 48.6 points per game at Valdosta High School, Class 6A, led the state in Class 6A in scoring. Looks like we're going to have should have some good offensive production. I think we got us a good defensive coordinator now. I hope that defense stays intact. And not, again, I know Dave Krieger's asking this. Hey, Cliff, give us the secrets. Let the secrets out of the bag. Well, honestly, we don't know any secrets, do we, brother?
No, I don't know any secrets. And really, and I've only seen the Tornadoes practice briefly.
Right.
And a lot of that was individual stuff when I went out there. I'm eager to see what they look like as much as anybody else.
Yeah.
And really, no matter who your opponent is, a lot of times in these spring games, what you see is not what you're going to see in the fall. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you alluded to the atmosphere in sports now with kids transferring in and out. I mean, some kids who you see in the spring may not necessarily be here in the fall, or some new kids may come in by the fall. And then also in the spring, your incoming freshmen can't play in that game. So you have a lot of unknown entities there too. You never know how many of those young kids are going to be able to step in and contribute in a major way.
I know one.
Go ahead, tell him, Byron.
I already know one.
I already know one too. Yeah, you gave him the nickname. By the way, somebody asked me about the nicknames. I can't take credit for that.
What, you talking about the Viking?
And the
well, yeah, I did.
You came up, and who came up with? Did you come up with the Raging Bull, or did I?
You came up with the Raging Bull.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we come up with these nicknames, but Byron, it just came off his tongue. It just like flipped off. He said, "Man, that's the Viking." And I'm like, "What?" But he did come up with those names, and we've got the Punisher. PJ Lee, is that right?
That's what we were calling him.
That's what we were calling him. I don't know if that's going to change, but the Raging Bull. One of us did. It may have been Dave Holland.
I don't know. It could have been. He may have been up there with us in that game. I don't remember, but we
Billy, I forgot about Brady graduated from Union County back in 1989. Sure did. He's got to be proud of his Union County Tigers too. But yeah, we between us all, we came up with those names. And what do you see, Byron? Just looking and like not knowing. And by the way, first of all, before you answer that, I want to ask you and Dave something. I know you're going to be there. Do y'all want to try to cover this game? That's on Tuesday night now. And I know we can sort of do a show from there. Do y'all want to? I know you're on call.
I'm on call. If I can make it there and I don't have any.
Well, we don't necessarily have to cover it. We don't necessarily have to cover it.
I would love to cover it.
Yeah.
I mean, actually go up in the booth.
Yeah.
And
let's do it Facebook Live like we normally do, man. Those have been some great broadcasts.
I would really love to do that.
Okay.
I don't think that we're going to have an issue on offense. I don't think we're going to have a problem on offense at all. I don't think we miss much of anything and probably improve on offense. I know we have a defensive coordinator. I know that he has a good reputation from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I pray that we don't lose anything on defense. I know that the majority of the defense from last year is coming back, which leads me to believe that it's going to be really, really good again. I was horribly afraid that we were going to lose more than one of our defensive linemen, and I think all of them have come back with the exception of one, whose father is now coaching in Buchholz. Is that right?
When he was an offensive lineman, but he did come in on defensive. Offensive. Bryce Daniels. You're talking
about Bryce Daniels.
Bryce Daniels. He's an all-stater for sure.
You're not going to lose a step on offense when you have a guy that's averaging 48 points, unless you lose your entire offensive line and you're starting all new people and they're all really young. You're really not going to lose much on that from an offensive standpoint, as long as you have a decently stout offensive line, which we do.
We do.
I mean, I want to see what they're going to do on defense. That is.
And me and Cliff talked, and Byron, I'm not sure, Dave. I'm not sure. And man, no. When I say these kind of things, and Byron says these kind of things, we say it with respect. There's no disrespect to any team. Are we really going to see anything out of Kit Bowl City? Probably not. We looked at their record. Their record's not that great. I mean, I think Bradford's going to like we were talking about. I think Bradford will just out-talent them. And this game could be 40-0, 40-something. But does it really say the telltale sign of what Bradford's going to be? I've heard Cliff say it. I've heard you say it. A spring game don't tell anything.
Well,
it gives you a barometer, but it doesn't really tell.
We know how coaches approach these spring games.
Man.
Yes, obviously, if they won, that'd be great. But most coaches will tell you the emphasis isn't what's on the scoreboard. A lot of them are just looking for effort. Play with effort, compete, and carry out what you've been taught to do in practices. Where they really get into the meat of gearing up for next season is in the summer. You have video on the spring game.
Sure.
You use that as a teaching tool to get better. You're still evaluating positions. So a lot of the real work will take place in the summer rather than making a snap judgment on what happens in the spring game.
Want to add anything?
I really don't care much how it turns out. I just want to get a good dose of football.
Well, that's a great great thing right there, because after this game, we're not going to have anything until the kickoff classic.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, I look at it like this. These spring games are exactly what Cliff just said. They're to evaluate the talent on the field and how the talent that they're seeing in practice actually translates into a semi-real football game. It's what they're doing. And they're looking for sparks in people. They're looking for, I put this person that's going to be a sophomore in at this position, and he made 3 unbelievably great plays. Now I need to make a decision about what I'm going to do with this young man.
Yeah, these kind of games really get the players to perform to their best ability.
And you never know if you have a new coaching staff in and they're evaluating players and where they fit best. When I was talking to Robbie Pruitt yesterday, he was telling me, players will line up in one or two positions in the spring. He says, but come fall time, they may not be in either one of those positions.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of never know, especially if you have a new head coach and staff, which of course Bradford does too this year. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out.
And it's not just watching the players, but it's also watching the coach and how he makes his call.
Oh yeah, a lot of people in the stands will be doing that.
Well,
a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead.
You're going to get a different style of offense than you've ever seen out of Bradford before. I mean, you just are. The ball. He's going to sling the ball, unless I'm horribly mistaken. There is going to be a whole lot of passing and not very much running.
Well, if you remember when he was here, and I don't know if Cliff was watching the show, I think he came in a bit late, but I want to thank Cliff for coming in, by the way. Cliff is usually at the Telegraph generating that paper and getting that paper ready to go, but he actually had an off night, and what a perfect time to bring Cliff in. We've been wanting to bring him in anyway, so I want to thank Cliff for being here. But when the coach was here, if you remember correctly, or when he was on, he basically said, if you go to the bathroom, the restroom, or a concession, what did he say, Byron?
You may miss a touchdown.
He said that.
Yeah.
And that's Mr. Coach Baker. Coach Baker, when he was on, he said, if you get up and go to the concession stand or the bathroom, you may miss a touchdown. And he used the word may. That's probably true.
Hey, sounds like he's got a little bit of the old ball coach in him.
Yeah.
Apologies to
I
you
thought that
FSU
too.
guys, but
I felt that way.
He does. Well, he does.
Just as long as he doesn't wear a visor and complain about it.
Yeah. I don't think Coach
Ross
Baker wears a visor. I don't know. Maybe, who knows?
I will tell you what Coach Baker told me when I went out to practice. He said, we were talking about the spring game, and he said, yes, there's an opponent, but really he looks at it as Bradford versus Bradford. And that's the way he approaches it.
That's a good point.
You're seeing how your team performs, how each player performs. And that's the biggest thing. It's not necessarily how they stack up against Kip Bold City or whatever team you want to bring in here. It's what are your own players doing? What are they successful at? What are they struggling with?
Do we have a schedule yet? Is the schedule?
I don't think it's all the way done, is it? Or is
I haven't heard if it is. I know they've been trying to finalize it.
Yeah.
Get a couple of teams in there to get it all set.
Set, right.
But I have not heard if they've got that yet.
I do know one game,
Is
Byron.
the Baker County game
Absolutely, it's happening. Absolutely. Second game, Cliff, or third?
I think second.
Second game.
Somewhere in there. Second or third.
And there's your measuring stick.
Over there.
Over there.
Over there.
Oh, God.
So, look, they would love nothing better. Byron knows. Cliff knows. I talk to Coach John Staples all the time. I love Coach John Staples. I love Coach Rodgers. I love Coach Mosley. I love Coach Shanks. They're all over there now. He basically told me, circle that second game, David. They're out there to beat us, buddy. You don't think that? You don't think six losses sting? Absolutely, it stings. And he basically said, "Yeah,
I can tell you, I like Coach John Staples as much as you do, and I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I guess you are too. But the week leading up to that Bradford game, he's going to be doing so much trash talking.
Oh, for sure. Just close your messenger and your Facebook page.
He can do that all. My point will be, see you
until it's done.
Keep on talking that. Crap, because I am old school. That just like David Rodgers would be. I will take these. Yeah, and give them to the coach to put them in the locker room.
Yeah.
Look, that to me is probably going to be the measuring stick
for
the whole entire year.
That's a good ball.
I mean, they were a good ball team last year.
Yep.
They're going to be even better this year. And I'll be honest with you. You probably could put somebody like Aquinas on our schedule. the same year that you put Baker County on our schedule, and I'd rather beat Baker County than beat Aquinas.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a rival. Yeah, for sure.
They're a rival,
Yeah.
and we know what type of coaching staff they have.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't think that Baker County is going to make noise in their class this year,
Mm-hmm.
you best watch the box scores,
Mhm.
because I'm telling you, that's going to be an unbelievably talented team, and they're going to be unbelievably coached.
Yes, if you watch what Jamie Rodgers and his staff did here at Bradford the last 4 years, it would be crazy not to think that he's going to have an incredible impact in Baker County. He's already had an impact over there during another stint.
Oh yeah,
And,
Yeah.
yeah, they will be solid. They will be well coached.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, all the fans will certainly be taking a look at that game, not just because it's a huge rival, because they want to see how this new coaching staff stacks up to Jamie and his staff. And yeah, it will be
I'm glad you said,
exciting.
They're going to be different.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you said what you said, because basically what you have done is taken this coaching staff, moved them 22 miles over that way. With, like Byron said, there was some good ball players there already. They were a playoff team last year, and now you've taken that coaching staff, and like Cliff and Byron said, you know what they've done here already. Why wouldn't you think they wouldn't do it over there? I mean, you know,
they're going to do
they're
that.
going to be good. They're gonna
They
be good.
may not be great that the first year,
May not.
but they're going to be.
I assure you this. I
they
think
will
they'll
certainly improve
Yeah.
year to year.
they'll be a
yeah.
playoff team. I assure you that.
Oh,
You
oh,
think so?
yeah.
I think they'll be a playoff team. I
And I
think
have-
there's no doubt about it.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
And so it'll be kind of interesting to see what Coach Baker, he's kind of an offensive guy, see how that aligns with Jamie, who's really put out some stout defensive teams.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, who's going to break?
I do want to say one thing really quick. I see Billy, your own man. I do want to pray for your daughter. We did, Miss Sarah Rayberg. We see what she's going through. Your beautiful wife, Lori, having to take her to all these appointments. And I've seen that Ashley had a procedure done as well. I know you're going through some things over there, but we love you, man. You're always a good friend of ours. I know we pick on you all the time, but it's about love and family. And Billy Rayberg's part of our family, and his family is part of our family. And we wish that Sarah gets rid of this cancer fight that she's going through, and that the rest of the family is well also. So prayers to your daughter and your family, Billy Rayberg. So,
Absolutely.
all right. So what else? Do you have anything else, man? Because I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Byron Bagwell. I know there's a couple of things as we're getting to the 8:24 hour here in beautiful Stark, Florida. You got anything else that's cooking, man? Anything else that you want to talk about?
Not really.
What about a feature? Anything featured? Have you featured anything lately?
No, I need some good features.
You need some good features. So,
I mean, I could talk about the Keystone football game I covered, but
well,
really-
how long will it take? About 22 seconds?
it wasn't really exciting.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. Branford tore him up, didn't he?
Well, Keystone played tough defensively the first couple drives. Bradford didn't do much, but then they kind of got a spark and they recovered a fumble at the Keystone 11-yard line, I think it was. Went in and scored. That was the first touchdowns in the first half. Things just kind of got away from Keystone there. And of course, Keystone's a incredibly young team. They have low numbers, and their new coach admits, he's got a kind of a major rebuild over there.
Yeah, and we knew that was going to happen. But look, man, they're going to play every game. They're going to try to be as competitive as can be, and that's all you can ask.
Oh yeah, in high school, I mean, that's it. You just want the kids to buy into what you're trying to teach them.
Yeah.
Perform to the best of their ability, and hopefully, if you're that kind of head coach, they get some important life lessons out of the whole experience.
Yeah.
So graduation coming up on the 22nd, this Friday, right?
Right.
So
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock over at Bradford High School. I know Miss Shelley Rogers will be working out. I believe Senior Awards Night was going on tonight, right, Cliff?
Yes.
Senior Awards Night probably over by now. No, that's going on. And Baccalaureate tomorrow, I think, is what she told me. Tomorrow on Wednesday. Practice on Thursday for the for the graduation, and then Friday's graduation.
And that's when everybody prays for the rain to stay away every year.
Yeah.
Graduation night.
Yeah.
It always seems to threaten the rain that night.
Yes, it does. And we've had it a couple of times here and there, but I don't know if there's any in the forecast. I think Byron's going to read us the weather forecast here in just a couple of minutes. But Cliff, if you want to hang out with us, you can, man. You're more than welcome. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Byron Bagwell where he can read the forecast. Dave, do we have a commercial break? Can we go to a commercial break?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to a commercial break, and then I'm going to let Byron read the weather, and then I'm going to give him the last 15, 20 minutes or so to talk about what he needs to talk about. We'll be right back on this commercial break.
Hey, Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida at David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing.
All right, welcome back to the show. David Rodgers, the Byron Bagwell, Mr. Dave Harley. I was like, stretch him up a little bit. Mr. Cliff Smelly, our special guest. Mr. Austin Stevens, who could not be here tonight, but he did send us the weather. And Mr. Byron Bagwell is going to be our weatherman tonight. He's going to tell you what the weather's about. If you're looking for an accurate weather report, make sure you visit Austin Stevens' Facebook page, Austin Stevens Weather Service. He will give you a forecast. We don't care if you're in Stark, Florida, or if you're in Ketchikan, Alaska. Hey, he's going to give you the forecast wherever you are. He told me he gave a guy a forecast in Milan, Italy. What? Are you kidding me? Is that worldwide, Byron? Is he worldwide? I mean, I guess he gets all these weather reports, but he said some guy was in Milan, Italy, and asked for a weather report, so I gave it to him.
Hey,
What about the Nature Coast?
The Nature Coast. Yeah, how about that? The Nature Coast Referees Association? Do you know them, Byron? Or is that a made-up thing? I don't know, man. I thought there was a Nature Coast Referees Association. Was there?
Yeah, they're from Swanee County.
Well, what happened to the scoreboard down in Dunellen? I heard a lightning strike hit that. And the weather brought to you by Austin's Weather Service.
Okay, everybody is laughing on this panel, but there is a bunch of inside jokes going on.
Yes, there is. Yes, oh my gosh. We have fun, man. I tell you, I love the game day crew. That I would miss that more than anything.
Absolutely. Except for the prime rib.
Yes, especially when Dave Rodgers has to buy it. I'm not buying Roger 2 prime ribs. I assure you, never again. One of y'all is going to get stepped with a bill. Weather update right here, brought to you by Byron Bagwell. Hello, Byron.
Forecast for the local area tonight. Mostly clear. Lows in the mid-60s. East winds up to 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 25, diminishing to around 5 miles per hour after midnight. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 90s. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear in the evening, becoming partly cloudy. Lows around 70. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, mostly sunny. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-90s. Light and variable winds becoming east 5 to 10 miles per hour in the afternoon. Chance of rain is 20%. Thursday night, partly cloudy in the evening and then becoming mostly clear, lows in the lower 70s. Friday, sunny with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, highs in the mid-90s, chance of rain 20%. Friday night, partly cloudy, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening, lows in the mid-70s, chance of rain 20%. Saturday through Sunday, partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, highs in the mid-90s, lows in the mid-70s, chance of rain 40%.
So the weekend, Byron's the best chance for the rain. What do you think? I don't even know about that.
I'll take it. I'll take all of it that we can get right now because we definitely need it.
Yeah, we definitely do need it.
I've lived it.
Is there a burn ban still in effect, Byron?
For both Clay and Bradford County, as far as I know.
Yeah,
and probably for the rest of the counties in Florida. Looking at the rainfall total maps that I saw about a week ago, we're 26 inches plus under the normal rainfall. I mean, in every place in Florida, with the exception of parts of the Panhandle, I think they're not quite that much. They're still under totals. So.
Good. Okay. Well, hey, don't burn anything. Don't throw any cigarettes out the window. Don't do anything that will cause a spark, man, because Byron, as Byron said, that could catch and go like you wouldn't believe, man. And before you know it, it's out of control.
Yeah, you don't know how many other people's lives you can affect by doing something like that.
Absolutely. Right. I've got more than enough of yard debris that I need to burn, but I'm holding it off until we get lots more rain before I can do it. It's piled up in the mounds now.
My real estate agent said, "You got to clean your yard up." I got piles of limbs everywhere,
and you're not.
But they're organized piles.
Yeah,
you can't burn them.
You can't burn it, bud.
You can't. You really can't burn.
No, and I don't even think you would. Even if there wasn't a burn ban, you probably wouldn't take the chance unless you had 14 water hoses out there to make sure. I don't even think you'd still do it.
I was a firefighter, and no, I wouldn't take a chance at all.
Right.
I remember being part of the coverage. I can't remember what year it was now. We had fires breaking out everywhere in Bradford County. Being part of that coverage for the Telegraph. So that was
that 1998?
It was the late
something
90s.
Like late 90s. Was that sound about right, B? I think so.
You know, it was crazy that same year or the next year, I don't remember which, and we had rain that wouldn't stop, and we had flooding.
Yeah,
flooding.
It was a crazy news cycle.
How about that fire that that guy started at the railroad track and ended up going across 100 into Gainesville and burnt like 5,000 acres?
Yeah,
it was bad.
It was bad.
And I think he actually started two fires. I think he started one off of Mingdary Road, or maybe it was somewhere around Theresa, one of the two. That he started one there, and he started one somewhere off a railroad track too. But that was like 98 or 99. That's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
Billy, real quick on this here. It's funny that you bring her up because me and Shelly was, I think, the beginning or toward the end of the week before, we actually seen Addison over at Sky D's over in Lottie, which is Ashley's daughter, graduated from Lake Butler and got a scholarship to Gateway College in Lake City on a softball scholarship. Congratulations. Absolutely. That's what it's all about, man. Playing at the next level, no matter what it is.
That's right.
So, look, she's going to go over there, and she's a really good softball player, and you never know, man, who may want to pick her up, man. She has a couple of good years over there, right, Cliff?
Right.
You never know.
Well, you know, Bradford High School has had a very successful college softball player in Hannah McFarland. She went to Dakota State University, received all conference honors all 4 years for 3 straight years, the last 3 years, first team all conference. She's also received the Golden Glove for her defensive efforts in the outfield. So she really had a stellar college career after being a star for the Tornadoes.
And who was this now?
Hannah McFarland.
Hannah McFarland, yeah.
So
Addison was following, is that her name? Was following her footsteps a little bit, wasn't she? I know she was the weight. She liked lifting weights and all that too. So we're real close to our family.
Yeah, Hannah was a big time member of the weightlifting team, competed at state at Bradford. And if you get that opportunity in college, you just never know how, where it'll take you or how it'll play out. And she really, she may have played on a smaller stage up there at Dakota State, but she was a star.
Yeah.
That's
and
good.
it was made many memories.
And you know
absolutely.
What? And you know what? She got her degree.
Yes.
She's got her degree, and that's the main thing right there. She's leaving that school with memories, like Cliff said, and a degree. And Billy Rayberg, are you talking about David Holland or David Rodgers? David Holland's called the fireman. That's his name, putting out old flames. Dave Holland.
He doesn't make his round all over town anymore. You forgot that part of it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna turn it over to Byron. Byron, what do you have for us?
Quote George Strait.
Of course, quote the whole thing. So I'm gonna turn it over to Byron. We got Byron. I'm gonna give you a little bit. Here's about 8:35. I want to thank again Cliff for joining us. Dave Holland here in the studio, along with Byron Bagwell and myself. I know we talked about a couple of things.
I don't want to keep everybody very long tonight.
No.
Let's say that I really wanted to get into would have taken a little while.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on in Israel and Iran.
Okay,
and I just want everybody to truly think about this. We have definitions of what is good and what is evil in our minds and in our hearts. Most of us, and it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum, may not agree with what's going on with whether there's a war or not. No war. I hear people say no wars are worth it and things like that. But if you look at one side and they're killing innocent civilians, and you look at the other side and they're targeting military installations and military groups, you have to look at that and go, one side is actually performing evil acts and the other side is not. They're fighting a war. There's no such thing as a good war. I mean, from certain people's standpoints, I don't know that I agree with that, because war is sometimes necessary to further peace. But you have to take a look at who is doing what and how they're doing it. And you have to have some sort of code of understanding what is evil and what is good. And most Americans have that. But yet we're not seeing that from one side. We're seeing everything is evil coming from one side and pointing their fingers at the other side, saying you're evil for doing this, which is utter nonsense, because it's the country that is obviously, and I'm not saying the whole country, I'm saying its leadership, it's obviously evil, has been performing evil deeds since 1978 when they took, or 79 when they actually took over that country. Through themselves or through proxies, their actions have not been good. And I'm not saying Israel is as clean as a whistle, because some things that they have done have not been good. But you have to understand their perspective too. I wanted to have a conversation about what was actually good and what was actually evil, and being able to say that, look, what the United States and Israel is doing is actually a good thing. May not be for our pocketbooks right now because of the prices of gas, the price of food, but it's a good thing for the world, because what they're doing is they're trying to get rid of a group that has been evil for a very, 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 very long time. I was not even a teenager the first time I heard "Death to America." It's 1978. I was 6 or 7. I mean, I wanted to have a conversation about that, because this world that we have, especially with the political climate we have in America, is absolutely insane, because we have a president, whether you like him or not, who is taking care of a problem that should have been handled a very long time ago, but through certain situations and circumstances hadn't been handled. And people can say what they want to about the Barack Obama deal that happened, about how he had them not developing nuclear weapons until Trump did what. No, that is absolute nonsense, because I remember very clearly hearing on stations like CNN and MSNBC that Iran was not letting the nuclear inspectors from the UN in to inspect their nuclear sites. They had no clue what Iran was doing, and it became quite obvious years after that they were developing weapons grade uranium. So look, you have to take a look at what's right and what's wrong, not just from our perspective, but the perspective for the world, because Iran has been the largest sponsor of global terrorism there. Period. They sponsor it all over the world. They've attacked places like Spain. They've attacked England. They've attacked us. Yes, they have attacked us here on our grounds, which most people.
They've attacked our own Middle East countries over there.
They've attacked Saudi Arabia. They've attacked the UAE. The United Arab Oman. Syria.
Yeah.
I mean, Libya. I would be surprised, not surprised to find out that Libya was included in that too. But what they are trying to do is they're trying to eliminate not just war, But they're trying to eliminate World War III by taking out one of the key components that could start World War III, is what they're trying to do. And these people want that to happen.
Byron, I want to table something off, and I know I really appreciate that, Byron, and that's a great perspective. And if I wouldn't, by the way, I want to apologize to a couple of coworkers. I'm going to get to it, but I'm going to leave this sort of tabled off. They wanted me to talk about a subject tonight, but I felt this thing here is coming close to us, and I needed to browbeat the wrestling show.
What is the subject so I can think about it, David?
So I'm going to tell you right here. So they want to know. Laws can be changed, right?
Sure.
Laws can be changed.
Sure.
So I had a couple of my coworkers see that incident that happened at that Chipotle and the Naval Yards. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh, look it up on Facebook. Did you see it?
No.
It was horrible. These thugs, these kids, teenage kids, coming in there and causing it basically was like a gang war. They were fighting each other, taking chairs, breaking it over their backs, scaring the people in this Chipotle to pieces. And I mean, it wasn't one, it wasn't two, it was 20 plus, or maybe even more than that, in a Chipotle causing all this trouble. That's just one incident. I seen an incident with at a gas station where all these kids pulled up. Some guy was going to get his gas, and they beat the mess out of this guy, and then others jump in, and it becomes a melee. All right. They asking me, they wanted me to ask you, and we'll table this off. When does the buck stop? Where do we say, hey, if you cause an incident like that, you need to get this amount, no questions asked, whatever the punishment may be, Byron. And I know we live in a country of laws, and it gives you a chance to go in before the courts and plead your case, and then let the courts decide if you're innocent or guilty. But some of this stuff has got to stop. Ball games, Byron. Let's say me and you're at a ball game, okay?
Inside of a restaurant or inside of at a gas station in Florida, the buck stops in Florida. Because we have a lynch law in Florida. And as a citizen, if you see more than two people jumping on one person, you are supposed to, by law, assist that person. You add on to the fact that most Floridians are now armed, it kind of stops here.
Well, it's great in saying it, but where's the action?
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because you have two people or more, and they don't use this law very often in Florida. You have two people or more beating on one person that can be considered attempted murder.
Right. We need to get tougher on that kind of thing, because you see, and I agree with what you said, but you keep seeing these things. I know y'all seen it, some melee going on here or there.
See it.
Yeah, and me either.
I promise you,
it will end right there.
You will hear about me on the news.
So, and I do want to say as well, let's say us four was at a football game, and there was a brawl going on in front of us, right? And it makes its way back to us. Hey, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to defend. If it comes to me and somebody swings at me, I can tell you this right now. I'm going to be the first one to throw a punch back at somebody. They ain't attacking my friends like that. I can assure you that. But to me, when you cause something like that, you ought to be banned from going to any more sporting events, period. That should just be automatically on the table. You get to go to no more sporting events, or at least in that venue for sure.
The greatest problem that I see with it is that they don't care. They don't care.
Well, that's it.
They don't care. I'll do whatever I want to anyway, whether I'm banned from it or not.
Mm-hmm.
When you end up with a group of people that have that attitude, there's not much a person that accepts civil society has as defense against them, except their Second Amendment rights. And I say that, and I don't want this to turn into the Wild West, but I mean, you watch some of these videos, and These kids are basically grown men that are doing this. 16, 17-year-old boy that is 6'2" and weighs 270 pounds.
Right.
I mean, that's a grown man trapped with a boy with his mind is that of a child.
We're
who's
not
never been taught right from wrong, doing stuff like that. He can kill somebody.
Right.
Easily.
Well, and Byron's right. We're not small guys, but man, some of these kids, dude, and we're older men now. Well, I still think that we're in pretty good shape, but my God, Byron, some of these kids, man, that you can't control one-on-one, man. They're so powerful. They've got so much aggression, and they're unleashing it to somebody, and you're trying everything that you can to keep that kid off of you. And it's just not one of them. I've seen them do 2, 3, 4, 5, beating up on one person. Come on. And it's going on all over the United States of America, and it's becoming more prevalent. Like Byron said, the buck's got to stop somewhere. We need to implement something. If you do this, something's got to happen, because it's getting way out of hand.
You have all these people that are bleeding hearts with it. It's that look, these poor kids. This poor person wasn't brought up right. It goes on and on and on and on with taking away the personal responsibility of the person that's committing these acts. I watched this video the other day of where this group of parents sued this 70-something-year-old man for shooting their kids for breaking into their house. Oh, he didn't deserve what he got. He was just trying to steal everything the man had in the house. That's all he was trying to do. And I'm sitting here thinking, you're the problem. You are the problem. And the man should sue you for your child's acts.
Yeah, who's to say what that kid's going to do?
Well, I mean, they come busted. There's video of this. There's ring camera video. The rings.
Right.
There's ring camera video of this. They come up in this guy's house, busted in his house, and both of them were armed, and the guy shot them both. And I think he killed one of them and maybe killed the other one, but I'm not sure about both of them. And then the parents sued the guy for shooting. And they were busting into his house to steal from him armed.
Oh, well,
And it doesn't matter what your intent is. If you break into someone's house, that's all you need to hear.
Well, you can't. I mean, if you assault somebody at a gas station, that's all you really need to hear. Right. If you are doing that inside of a Chipotle and you have people scared for their lives, that's all you need to hear.
You assault somebody over 50.
I mean,
big time.
I'm too old to take a butt whipping. If I can, I'm going to hurt you, and I'm not going to hurt you in a traditional way.
Well, and there's so many of these things. Y'all have all seen them. That's why my coworkers wanted me to talk about this, and we can elaborate on this, at another show. But the one that really comes to me is, school teachers, administrators in schools. I've seen this one video. Byron, you may have seen it. This was up in Atlanta, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. There was a melee going on. This principal was standing there because I don't know if he was afraid or if he was afraid to get in there and break it up because of what was going to happen to him. He was looking at the fight, and the next thing you know, this kid is, and of course these kids are videoing it, right? Oh, it's a big deal. Oh, we love to do this. He come in Superman punched that principal and almost knocked him out. And do you know, after all this is said and done, they let that principal go. They fired that principal. For what? Look, you just got sucker punched. You're lucky that kid still has a head on his shoulders, because I assure you, if that was me, y'all are going to have to jump me 5-on-1, because I'm telling you, I'm taking somebody out.
I have a teaching experience that I don't often share with people, because it really could have got me in trouble at the time. And it was far more relaxed at the time I taught school. I had this 6th grader who was 15 years old and was about 6 foot tall and probably weighed somewhere around 190, 200 pounds, something like that, get in my face one day and threaten to beat me. I looked at him and I said, okay, I'm going to let you hit me, but you best knock me out, because if you don't, I'm going to hurt you. You know what that kid did? His eyes got about that big around.
You wouldn't expect you to say, yeah.
And he backed off. And I didn't have a problem with him for the rest of the year, because nobody would stand up to this kid. He really shouldn't have been at the school he was at. He really should have been somewhere else after all the problems that he had. I found out later that he'd had
15 in the 6th grade.
Hey,
Sounds like Jethro.
200-pound kid.
He was smart. The kid was smart. He just had his parents were non-existent is what really the problem was. And he lived that thug life. I had other teachers come up and ask me the next day, what in the world did you do to him? He was a totally changed person for a while in their classrooms. I said, I told him, I said, I'm going to let you. He got in my face and threatened to hit me. And I told him that I was going to let him hit me, but he better knock me out, because if he didn't, I was going to hurt him. Oh, you can't say that.
Oh,
I said, the devil, I can't say that, because I'm not letting a 190-pound 15-year-old who's in 6th grade hurt me just because he's a student. I may lose my job, but I'm not going to let him hurt me, physically damage my body because of that. There ain't no way. No way in the world.
well, look, man, when we can continue this subject, because I know a couple of the guys that I work with that's been seeing all these videos, and they come over by the thousands. If you want to watch that, you can watch an hour's worth of videos and not to see the same one twice over, Cliff. So
the ones that they should charge as accessories to all of that nonsense that goes on is the ones that's videotaping it, because they're involved with it.
they sure are.
They're friends that are actually committing the crimes. They should be charged as an accessory with that.
No, Kevin Howe, I think those rattlesnakes are going to be for Roger Cruz. I ain't got no part to do with those snakes. They've been on you before. They've been on me before. I don't want no part to do with those snakes, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So anyway, great show. Man, we got into a lot of things. Again, we'll get into some more things next week. I'm not sure if we're going to be covering the ball game. I need to keep up with Byron and see where he's at. As far as his work schedule and things go. Cliff, I know you'll be there on the sideline getting some pictures. Dave, we may go and cover this thing until Byron gets there, and hopefully you can be there. You know,
what time is the game starting? 7?
7.
It's starting at 7.
Yeah, it's possible.
No, it's more than possible.
Yeah,
for me to be able to.
Dave will set it up like we normally do through Facebook.
Lord, please tell them to turn the air conditioner on.
We will. I will. Yeah.
Please, Lord.
I definitely will. I'll tell them to do that.
We know the coaches will probably be up there.
Absolutely.
Is Mike Qualls doing it?
I think Mike Qualls is doing the stadium announcing for that. So he'll be there, part of the game day crew. As we said before. So, again, it was a great show. Talked about a lot of different things. I want to thank everybody that's donated to the this wrestling show. David, thank you for your donation from Harry Business. They will definitely, we need to do you have a banner or anything? We'll put it up at the show. But we'll talk about that later, as we got several things we do need to do next week. But, Byron, thank you for coming in. I wasn't sure if you was going to make it, but you were here. I love when you come. Get to hug your neck before you go. Cliff, thank you for coming, man. I wasn't sure if you was going to come. Like I said, I talked to Cliff. He goes, we'll see if I show up. But Cliff did show up.
He had to make a determination of whether he was going to come and listen to our bull crap all night long.
Well, I think that was part of it.
You do know that.
Well, yeah, well, Cliff will tell you.
I was getting a break from that until football season.
Yeah, you're right.
Game day crew.
The game day crew.
Expanding.
Yes, it does. What was it, Cliff? It was just a couple of us at one time. When it was just me, you, and Byron at one time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now Dave Hollins joined. We have Mike Qualls. We have Joey Fennell. Well, Roger, I keep forgetting Roger. I want to forget
we'll
Roger.
have an entire caravan going to
Yeah, we'll have a caravan going to games, but that's our fun time, man. We have a good time. I know y'all think we're crazy, man. I tell you, we do say some funny things and we cut up, but that's our cut up time. It really is. I really enjoy those times. I do.
I mean, we have a good time doing that, and we have a good time doing the broadcast.
Yeah,
it's football knowledge.
Yep.
It's fun. I mean, and that's the way we treat it. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be exciting, and that's what we do with it.
What we do. That's what you do with it.
People would be amazed at just the dumbest things we laugh about continuously that one night.
Yeah.
On the ride over, on the ride back. It's really.
It is. It's in Dave. Now, you tell me you haven't laughed. You had us rolling one day, Dave, and I don't even want to get into any of that.
Well, it's like we revert to teenagers on those trips, which is fun.
Which is fun, yes.
We relax, we enjoy ourselves. So.
Well-behaved teenagers.
Well-behaved teenagers, that's true.
Well, for the most part.
For the most part. All right. Thank you guys again for joining in. All you listening audience, I hope you've taken what we said and take it and see what you need to do with it. And we love bringing you the information. We love doing this podcast. This podcast will be on YouTube tomorrow by 7 o'clock. He's been getting it out there really early as well. So if you want to go back and watch the show, you can right after we cut it down right here. You can go back to our Facebook page, On the Spot with David Rodgers, and pull up this particular show, and you can watch it right away. Again, for Byron Bagwell, Mr. Dave Holland, Mr. Cliff Smelly, I'm David Rodgers. God bless you. Don't forget Mitchell Gunner and On the Spot Motorsports Media Thursday night at 7 o'clock. God bless you guys. Have a good one.
Good night, infidels.